everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and before we jump in, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you guys. I know I've not been posting for the last couple weeks, and just the number of you guys that have reached out and been checking on me and everything, and it just, I can't even believe it. Like, we have the best family on here. You guys are just absolutely amazing, and so I wanted to say thank you so much, and I'm glad to be back and sharing tons of awesome fun makeup with you guys. But I just had to say thank you so much for all the support and love that you guys have been sending my way. I really appreciate it. My family appreciates it, and you guys just are absolutely amazing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the speed reviews for today. We have 4 palettes that we're going to be taking a look at. I know the thumbnail is teasing 5, but that's what we're going to start off with, is that we have the Wilderness palette and the new Earthy palette that came out from Beautybay. So the Wilderness palette has been around for a hot minute, very much loved by me, absolutely amazing, by far one of my top palettes for last year. I absolutely love it, and they came out this year with many different sizes of palettes, and so I grabbed the biggest one of the Earthy palettes. I think they also had another 12 pan, a 9 pan, and then this Mamma Jamma that has this many shades in it. It's a lot. So the main reason why I wanted to talk about it is the formula is still the exact same as the Wilderness palette, so if you love that formula, you're gonna love the Earthy palette. The main thing that I want to discuss between these two palettes is whether it's worth your money or not. I mean, granted, any Beautybay palette is just super inexpensive, so it's not like you're gonna be wasting a whole lot of money regardless. And for me, I mean, again, I absolutely love this palette, but one of the interesting things that I wanted to make note of as I was looking at it is the primary difference is obviously you're getting a whole bunch more shades with the Earthy palette, but the primary difference is the only shades you're not getting in this particular palette are the blues, right? So the Twilight shade, the Ocean shade, and the Sky shade are the only 3 shades from the Wilderness palette that are not in the Earthy palette. So all of the other shades from the Wilderness palette do exist in this palette, exact same formula, exact same shade, identical. And so I thought that was very interesting. The only difference being obviously that you have way more shades in this one. But I feel like the shades are not so varied to where you couldn't get what you need from the Earthy palette in the Wilderness palette. So I think it's one of those where if you own the Wilderness palette, you probably don't need to pick up any of the Earthy palettes because you have all of the primary shades already in this palette. So that was kind of the main thing that I was just wanting to let you guys know, is if you don't have this one and you can't get it anymore, probably pick this one up if you are a lover of really awesome grungy greenish reddish earthy tones. It's well worth your money. But if you have this one, you probably don't need to pick up the Earthy palette because you're gonna get all of the same shades, and so very much duplicates going on. So I just want to make sure that I toss that out for you guys so that you know what you're getting. That's the only one I picked up. I did not pick up any of the others. I know they had like a purplish blue one as well. I did not grab that one. I mainly just wanted to see how similar it was to the Wilderness palette. That's my thoughts on the Beautybay palette. Moving on. Next up we have from Blend Bunny Cosmetics the Dollhouse palette, and this is definitely an awesome palette. I absolutely love the range of the neutral shades. You have shimmers, matte, shimmers again, and in the 3 rows of mattes you have all of the scales of light, medium, and dark, which is really nice. And then for the shimmers you have all of the light shimmers and the dark shimmers, so you can layer absolutely all of it together, which is really nice. I actually was using this row right here as the base for the eye look that I have today, and I also can show you guys what it looks like without the additional shimmers that I threw on. Very nice, really enjoyed it, and now that I'm getting a hang for how the Blend Bunny formula works, I really enjoy it. I mean, her color theory with how she puts these palettes together, I mean, the Surge palette was already amazing. This one looks absolutely stunning, and so I highly recommend, especially if you are someone that is slowly wanting to dip your toe into color, but primarily in neutrals, this is a really, really great palette for you because you've got all of the different ranges for any skin tone, but you also have a whole bunch of different types of shimmers, lots of different shade range. You can keep it as neutral as you want or start dipping your toe in like some lilac-y tones, a little bit more of your grungy olivey green tones. However you want to do that, this palette gives you those options. And so if you are someone that is slowly transversing the color realm along with neutrals, the Dollhouse palette is absolutely worth your money. So highly, highly recommend. Then the next palette we're going to talk about is from Gourmande Girls. This is the Galactic Gourmande palette. Probably one of the most unassuming exterior packages I've ever seen for a palette. But when you open it, oh, she's a pretty lady. Look at that. I mean, just absolutely stunning 6-pan palette, full of duo and multi-chromes. Absolutely love it. I have Luna and Sirius on my eyes right now. That is this guy and then this one. So let me come in close for you guys to see. So Luna looks initially very silvery blue, but transitions to a really nice kind of magenta purpley red. Very, very beautiful. Sirius goes between purple and blue. Absolutely lovely. That is what I have on the outer half. Really, really enjoyed both of those. They layer up really nice. I mean, the level of shine, like I can see the shine of that silvery tone from back here. So I really love it. I do want to swatch for you guys the Europa shade because I was on the fence on whether I should use this one instead. This is all of the fire. Look at that. It is so, so gorgeous. Goes from a goldish yellow to a coppery orange to a scarlet magenta red. It is just absolutely beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Let me show you guys the Luna shade so you can see a little bit more of the shift because I feel like I'm tricking you. So here you can see that very nice kind of silvery teal blue. You can already see that undertone of the red base with it. Look at that. And then it goes purpley, magenta orange, blue, all of the shifty, shifty shades on there. And you can see with one swatch, they are a little bit more on the sheer side, but already packs a punch. And you can layer it up where it is just, this was 2 coats that I did on my lids and didn't need any kind of primer or setting spray or anything to help out. This was just with my finger. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Ooh, they are stunning. I mean, I said it at the beginning of the year. I'll link that video up top there for you guys if you want to take a look at it. But I had done a video where I was talking about which brands I would recommend you guys look out for this year. Gourmande Girls is one of them, and this palette proves it. I mean, absolutely love these. I am so excited to see where Christina takes the brand for the rest of the year because regardless of what it looks like on the outside, you think it's just gonna be fairly unassuming, and then you get these shades. I mean, there's 3 multi-chromes in here, 3 duochromes. She only advertised it as a duochrome palette and is also only charging as a duochrome palette. My friends, you are getting 3 multi-chromes in there, so highly recommend checking her out. I mean, the brand is really going places, so I am super excited. So if you are wanting inexpensive multi-chromes, Gourmande Girls is now on the list. So with that being said, the final palette that we are going to talk about today is from Louise. It is the Watch the Queen Conquer palette, and I know it's huge, but it is so freaking worth it. I mean, I already really enjoy the Louise formula. Like, I think it's really, really nice. I have the Worldy palette. I have a couple other smaller palettes. This one to me is just absolutely amazing. First off, it opens up to a chessboard with holographic hearts on it. And I mean, my dad absolutely loves chess and he could care less about makeup, and he was like, that's a cool palette. So if I can get my dad to be thinking a palette is cool, you know it's cool. And it has 2 different sides of color. So you open these exteriors and you get those mirrors. Let's take a look at this side first. All of the pinks and purples, all of the ranges from light to dark. Absolutely love it. And then my favorite side, ba-bam! All of the yellows and oranges, very, very grungy tones. I really, really love it. This is the eye look that I came up with most recently on it. I was combining the yellows with the oranges with some of the purples on this side to create just a really nice sunset look. All of the shades blended together, absolutely beautiful. The matte shades are just super pigmented, very easily buildable, so nice. And then the shimmers are just, oh, they're so, we're gonna swatch a couple. So we'll swatch Victory first because that was actually what I put on my inner corner for that look. So you guys can see this dude. Starts off very, very sheer, has ever so slight, a little bit of a yellowish undertone to it. But when you layer that with like the Stalemate shade or the Kingslayer shade, it creates this whole other dimension and was just absolutely gorgeous. So really enjoyed that shade. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Gambit shade. If you're wanting a nice grungy, olivey, coppery tone, this is your gal. Look at that. It is so thick, immediately opaque, absolutely gorgeous grunge shade on there. Really love that one. And then let's do a fun one. We're gonna do the Make It Count shade so you guys can see a super cute Barbie pink metallic on here. I mean, if that is not a Barbie pink metallic, I don't know what is. And again, immediately opaque, so gorgeous. Oh, just absolutely love it. And all of the shades went together beautifully. I don't feel like there were a ton of shades where it's like you don't really need it because they had so many different variations on here from light to dark. All of them were different, and if they weren't different, it's because one was a metallic, the other is a matte shade. So I really feel like you're getting some really good variation of colors on here. I will say that I saw the teaser for the new palettes that she's coming out with, and on that one I probably can't say the same because there looked like there were a whole lot of shades that are very similar. But for this one, if you were just wanting a huge shade range, this is absolutely one that is worth checking out because it is awesome. And last I saw, it's on sale. So if you guys are wanting to save some money, I'll go check it out right now. But that is everything for the speed reviews that we have for this week. Let me know what you guys think. Have you picked up any of these palettes? Are you planning to pick any of them up? Have you grabbed any other palettes from these brands? I would love to know what you guys think about absolutely everything down in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not. And if you made it to the end of the video and you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would join my family on here. We talk a ton about indie brands, colorful makeup. We swatch stuff all the time. If there are multi-chromes or duochromes to be swatched, I will swatch them for you because I need it in my life. I love all the chromes. And so if that sounds like fun for you, I would love it if you would join my family here on YouTube. And other than that, you guys just go have a good one.